Hey guys, this is GamerCow, and welcome to something a little bit different. So, I don't know if anybody remembers, I guess its English name was Enchanting Soulplay Reverie, or, also known as that Yomu game. I forget exactly what it was called otherwise, but it was this absolutely amazing looking 2.5D sword fighter type thing. It was a hack and slash, like, run around the place as Yomu would jump around normally because it was faster, and it looked absolutely beautiful for a game of the independent scene, I suppose, or doujin game stuff. It looked absolutely ridiculously good. And a while ago, I suppose, it came out sometime last year, apparently. It's probably been updated a few times, and it did get an English patch. They made a sequel starring Remilia, and that is The Adventures of Scarlet Curiosity. I do not know very much about this game, except that apparently it was insultingly easy in its original form, so the patches decided they would make a difficulty mod, if you like, for it as well. That allows you to basically adjust your enemy's HP, how much damage they do, how much damage your super skill does, because the game was effortless beforehand, supposedly. So, I have doubled the enemy HP and I have cut my spell card damage down to 3/4, and we shall see how that goes. Like I said, I don't really know anything about the game. I have looked at the first stage a little bit, mostly because the original game was rather intensive. The Yomu game was pretty intensive on the computer, especially when trying to record it, so I had to make sure that I would be able to actually play the game, and I can. It's in, for me, 1024 by 576, so it's not quite 720p. I can play it at that, but it does slow down a little bit at that point because, I don't know, I guess my computer's not quite powerful enough for that anymore with all the added effects and stuff on. But yeah, there's apparently both Remilia and Sakura can be played as, but we shall focus on Remilia because that's all I have really seen so far. And yeah, this game has a story, obviously, and so far from what I have seen of it, the story is basically Remilia is super ultra bored and she's been slacking off because she doesn't have anything to do. And so Sakura's like, well, there's an instant going on, there's this weird monster thing, and yeah, that's basically it. The music for this game is absolutely stunning, let's just say that right now, from what I have listened to. Again, I have not gone beyond the first stage yet, so I haven't even fought the first boss yet. I've done like the first screen, or the first room, and not even fully done the first room. I've just gotten to the second one without fully exploring the first room. So I don't really know exactly what's going to happen during this, but it seems really, really awesome, and I really enjoyed the first game. This one's basically a more RPG focused version of that. Man, as awesome as the new Touhou songs and stuff are, there's something ridiculously nostalgic about Scarlet Devil, to me. Nostalgic's probably the wrong word for it, but it's the sort of feeling I get with stuff that way. It's like Scarlet Devil's theme songs in general for the bosses and a lot of the stages are really, really good. There are very few that are actually, only passable to me, and I guess this is for most Touhou music in general. There are maybe 5 or 6 songs in all of Touhou that I genuinely don't like, at least from the main games, and there's just something about it that is fantastic. Anyway, this song actually more reminds me of Persona from what I have watched of Persona, so that's kind of hilarious, I suppose. But yeah, energetic. Remilia is energetic, I suppose. And yeah, there's a newspaper on the desk and stuff. So, basic command stuff here. We have got the control stick for movement, because I'm using a pad that's got both D-pad, as you can see with the 8-way movement here, but I have a control stick I can use for proper movement, which is always good. You can jump, and you can actually float down as well, which is pretty good. You've got basic attacks, and just like Yomu, you can chain attacks together. Hopefully the controller won't be excessively loud here. I do apologize if it will be, but this is the best one I have for it. You can jump attack, which doesn't actually do a lot of damage from what I've seen, but it does sort of lead into combos quite nicely. And you have two specials, one of which is the sort of AoE attack like Yomu had as her 3-cost thing, and instead of the charge that Yomu had, that's non-existent so far. But you do have Heartbreak, so you have a projectile weapon as well, and you have a spell card, which I am assuming you need full gauge of some description for. I haven't really looked into it too much yet, but yeah, I can't use it again now, so there must be a gauge that I've just not been paying attention to for that. So yeah, that is essentially the attack stuff that we have, and to progress you need to look at the newspaper stuff here. So we are going to be looking for Mokale and Mbembe, I guess? I have no idea how you're supposed to say that, but yeah, we're supposed to be looking for some sort of monsters. Yep. So that's pretty much it. Reimu's non-existent at the moment, but Remilia doesn't buy any of it. However, the sun will be setting, and Saki is apparently going to want us to go to the lake, so that is what we shall do. So, I just want to say, this first stage's song is also ridiculously good, but it kind of sets the pace up quite nicely, I suppose, for what we'll be doing. So yeah, there's a cabin on the lake, supposedly, and that's where we'll be going, but Remilia doesn't really do much adventuring. I guess Imperishable Night was the last time she actually did anything, right? So she'll punch some fairies in the face to warm up. So yeah, just like in the previous game, it is much faster to jump around than it is to walk, so we'll probably be doing that most of the time. And you get some equipment by slashing stuff. I don't know how often I'm going to end up messing around with stuff this way. I will try not to do it too constantly, but this is more of an RPG game than the last one, so we do have equipment to run with as well. Also, apparently I got hit somewhere there. I didn't actually see that, but okay. Or maybe this is just for the tutorial and whatnot, I don't know. But yes, you can select. You can actually change skills as well. That'll be something that we'll get later as well. We'll get new skills, but obviously don't have stuff that way at the moment. So yeah, you can equip up to 3 items at once. I don't know if that is like 3 separate items or if you could equip 2 weapons or whatever. We'll find out that way. So yeah, this is gonna be another thing. It's different. You get the same item a lot from what I've seen so far. I got about 4 different equipments when I was running through this, but they have different stats. So that'll be something to run through. And yeah, apparently you can remove the equipment as well if you want, as this is how you return to hard mode. Yeah, so that's that. So if we pause the game, we can see the equipment stuff, and you can see in the corner there we have got more attack power and extra crit chance, which we didn't even have before. And this one's actually better than the first one I got this way, because I got one with 8% drop rate and I think 3% crit chance. So this is already slightly better than the claws that I got when I was looking at this before. So that's kind of great. That is our skill set. That is the only skills we have at the moment. So Miserable Fate's obviously the spell card, and these 2 are the skills that we use on our other 2 buttons. So yeah, that is essentially what we have. And yeah, I didn't lose health, it's just for the tutorial that it has a distinct thing. You can punch bullets away, just like Yomu could cut them away, which is fine. Those are actually different nails, I think, to what we got before. But I will try not to... I'll try not to just waste a whole bunch of time just looking at every single new item we always get. I will try and I'll try and do it only when we get new stuff, like proper, or like lots of new stuff, I guess. Yeah, because otherwise it's going to get kind of annoying very quickly. Just like the previous game, the combo when you do multiple attacks in chains and stuff, you do actually get stronger, so it is definitely worth doing that. And there are treasure chests that give you new bits like this, so we will definitely take a look at stuff at this point. So yes, it is separate. You can only have one weapon on at a time, one armor. I guess there's accessories as well, so it'll be weapon, armor, accessory, just like what's its face, Genius the Sapphires did that way. So we will get a ton of extra HP if we equip this red scarf, so that is definitely a good thing to have. You can see we do get level ups as well. That is another thing to bear in mind. Looks like you do not recover, you do not gain HP, you just gain maximum HP, so that is something to keep in mind as well. Let's have a look at the weapon stuff we got here. So the hard nails are definitely stronger in attack power, but worse in everything else, which is kind of interesting. And then another set of sharp claws that, like I said, they are slightly different, so only 5% there. I think I would favour the attack power, so we'll go with that. It's not a huge drop in other stuff. Plus, it lets me two-shot these fairies now, which is quite nice. At least with my bonus up a little bit, so that's pretty good. The one thing I always found with the original game is that I always found it kind of difficult to see some of the enemies and stuff, and that, I guess, is probably not going to change in this game. But anyway, I guess we have an accessory here which will give us more skill points as well as increased drop rate, and that is pretty good. So the skill points, if I know stuff correctly, will let us do... yeah, there you go. You see we now have a third bar down the bottom, which is going to let us do 3 of these at any one time. And I think like skill rate is probably the recovery of the gauge there, so that's pretty good. And yeah, effective first thing there. I spotted you, fairy. Yeah, we can kill fairies quite quickly now. Certain pots will always give you recovery stuff. It seems in this game that you do not actually gain skill levels like you did in the previous one, because I guess it is more focused on the RPG stuff. And even with double damage, I'm still only taking 9 points at this first stage. I know this is only the first stage, so obviously I don't expect too much off of stuff that way, but even so, like, it's not really going to cause me to do too much in terms of dodging for a little bit. There's a lot of different ways you can go in this first stage, which I guess is going to be the case for most stages. Explore around a bit and you will find lots of hidden items and other goodies to get. Such as this, which is just another thing of sharp claws. I suppose that's fine, you can find those in pots as well. Good to know. I don't actually remember finding that before, and wow, okay, that one did a bit more damage. 19, definitely significantly more. That is something I should probably be trying to avoid, but whatever, who cares, we're just gonna battle for everything. I will learn to dodge stuff eventually, but for now, I don't even care. Because there's going to be more than enough healing items and things to go around in the first stage. This is mostly just to let you know, hey, this is how you play the game, and that's fine by me. So yeah, that is what we shall do, and we shall murder a whole bunch of fairies in the meantime as well, because why not? We get us a level up, that has increased our HP total, and has probably also done some good for our attack power as well. In the previous game, level ups increased the number of combo hits you could do. This game, it doesn't seem to do that, because I'm still doing the same 4-hit combo here, so that's fine. The other thing that jars did in the previous game, because only green ones used to do healing, the jars do keep your combo alive, and it looks like they still serve that same purpose in this game as well, so that's kind of cool. Because that lets you continue to do more damage, which is fine. In the previous game, if you got hit, then you would lose your combo, but in this one, at least just now, it doesn't seem to be killing my combo quite as readily, so that's alright. Now that we've got some basic armor and stuff though, I won't have a look at them until I get either like a new type of gear maybe, or you know, we'll see how I go with stuff that way. Whoa, you are still alive. I honestly did not think you would survive those hits. So that's something I'm gonna have to get used to, just seeing how much damage everything can take. Also, not whiffing my skills would probably be quite useful as well, but you know, that's going to happen quite a bit as I get used to stuff here. I know I don't need to kill all the enemies, but I feel like it, so deal with it, I suppose. Interesting to note, I guess we got the map. I didn't really see that before, but this game actually does have a map for stuff as well. It's another difference from the previous game, and that looks like a bit more of an important chest to have a look at, so let's go ahead and slash that open. Yeah, we get some red nails, so different piece of gear. Let's have a look at our new stuff then. So the red nails, you can see they're coloured purple for some reason as well, which is kind of interesting. I guess that's just because they're brand new. Whereas all the other stuff that we've got here is just slightly different, so you can see less attack but more drop rate, less attack but more crit chance and drop rate, so it's kind of interesting, I suppose. Yeah, so that's a general look there, but the red nails are both stronger in attack and give us all sorts of other stuff. The drop rate's really nice there, actually, so we definitely want to use those. I can see this getting annoying later on in the game, like, I could see there being too many equipment pieces, and that just like clogs up everything, but yeah, not for just now. This brooch is exactly the same. Good job. I wonder if there's a way of like selling stuff off later. I mean, obviously this is only the prologue, so God knows what else is actually going to come out of this, but we shall see. It doesn't look like we really want to go that way, so we'll just go along here. The mushrooms do different attacks to what they did before. Like, they still have that AoE effect, as you can see, but in the previous game that's all they did, no matter what colour they were. But in this game it looks like they have different attacks depending on... it's either dependent on their colour or just dependent on their position away from you. Red Scarf, that's... Wait, no, Red Scarf is what we already had. Whatever, let's see if it's different. No, it gives us less health. So apparently items in chests can also give weaker stats than other items in chests. That's disappointing, but oh well. Have I gone everywhere in here? I don't know. I'm assuming that's money in the bottom corner, so maybe killing stuff is actually important for that as well. This looks like it'll be the fastest way of travelling around, so we shall use our Demon Lord Walk for that purpose. I think I've gone pretty much everywhere at the moment, so once I gain control over myself again, we shall just continue in this direction here, and this is as far as I've gone myself. So yeah, sun hasn't fully set. Okay, apparently Remilia went a little bit too quickly, but... yeah, also a weird shadow artifact thing on that left-hand side there, but does that sound? I don't know. I have no idea what that sound was, because I didn't hear a thing. But apparently we have the option to change skills now, so that's kind of cool. I'm pretty sure we had this already, but whatever. Have we got a new skill now or something? Yeah, actually... oh, okay. So we actually do have two different skills that we could equip on there. That's interesting. Or maybe we don't, and it's just, this is some of the stuff we will get later. Stigmatize is always a fun attack in Remilia's arsenal, so yeah. Oh no, we probably do because we leveled up, although the game didn't tell us, so I don't know. Let's have a look then, since it's saying, hey, you can do a thing. Nope, we do not have any more. Obviously skills have their own cost. They do damage-based stuff as well. You can see Miserable Fate does a boatload of damage, which is why it's nerfed in the patch. But yeah, also newspaper, you can see the pictures and stuff. So this is what Remilia was reading before, and it has all been translated. So that's kind of very neat. So if you want some lore, then you could have that. I'm probably not going to be looking at that too much, but we shall see. There are crows! Oh man, crows are annoying in the previous game, and they never had a lot of life, but they always ended up smacking you in the face, and they were kind of obnoxious. So, yeah, I don't know. Remilia is not even walking on the ground. I just noticed that. Like, I know she has wings and stuff, but she's not even touching the ground there. That's kind of hilarious. You can see the mansion off in the background there. That is pretty sweet. There's a lot of, I guess, bloom on this thing. That it's probably just with the way the default like effects and stuff are set up, but it's fine. Like it still looks really cool. I almost missed those fairies there. That's probably going to happen a lot with this game, is that I'm going to miss enemies when they are on screen or when they're coming up to screen, because it just looks kind of like they blend in a little bit, but that's my own disposition. That looks like a monster, alright, but it also looks like there would be something over here, so let's see. Is it just... I want to see. There is! There's a box. And inside the box is more red nails. Well, we may as well take a look and see, because it looks like there'd be a boss set up soon. I wonder why they're both pink here. Oh, these ones are... They increase the crit rate and only reduce my attack a little bit. You know what, that's probably alright. I don't really need the drop rate super massively. I think that would be fine. Slightly lower power, but more chance to crit and more power from the crits as well seems like a good trade-off, considering it's very little power that I'm giving up here. So, obvious boss time is obvious, with a massive full heal as well. So who are we going to fight? Or what are we going to fight? Maybe it's apparently Luna. Okay. Well, I guess we've been fighting just little fairies and stuff all of the time so far, so it makes sense. And apparently Luna doesn't care about us at all that way. So what is she waiting for? You would almost think that she would have one of her hands behind her head with the way that that looked there. But yeah, we are indeed the vampire, I suppose, singular, because we are just one person. But yeah, that's actually who we were looking for as well. And I don't know how a lone fairy like you is going to be able to capture a giant monster, but okay. Remilia's like, yeah, that's actually what I'm here for, so you need to disappear now. Not very nice, but this is Remilia we're talking about here. So, yeah, let's have our first boss fight with Luna Child, because why not? So, bosses in the original game always had sort of distinct patterns and stuff to go with, and, you know, you had to learn how to dodge that and run with it. I got smacked in the face there by something. I don't even know what. I am not like trying to dodge anything at all here. That is probably a really bad idea, and I should like actually try and dodge some stuff for once, because I can't just deflect everything ever as much as I want to. And yeah, stuff like that, probably not in my interest to get hit by it. But you can keep combinations going a long time against a lot of characters. The later characters in the original game did actually start doing stuff like that, where they would start countering your melee attacks and whatnot. So you couldn't just infinitely combo them. But Chono, especially the first boss that you fought, was actually very possible to just go ahead and infinite combo, but we did not get that here. But yeah, don't care, because you're horrible, Remilia, but we already knew this, so whoa, that didn't sound good. Smoke coming from the mansion. Uh-oh. That's not good. You need to get back to the mansion and you need to find out what the crap just happened. This is not good indeed. Okay, yeah, so we need to clear up the mansion, I guess? Well, if it doesn't take too long, I guess we can do that. Normally I would want to stop after that, but we are still in the prologue, so we need to worry about that. We did get a new skill though, so let's see what that is. It's a much more expensive skill, but it does a ton more damage. It's like double the damage, but triple the cost, which is not so good, but it's a charge-based attack, so I suppose this is probably more like what we had. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that is more like, a bit more like what Yomu had as her first special. So that's kind of cool. I suppose the, oh, these fairies are doing more damage already. That's, okay, that's definitely something to look out for. We do have that awesome music for the, that awesome version of Septet though. It's absolutely ridiculously cool. And we got a new weapon. Don't really care too much about that in the moment. What? 120 damage. That's insane. We already just like one-shot these fairies twice, almost twice over from that. It's kind of hilarious. You can also use it in the air, so air dashing is definitely possible. It's just a lot more expensive and a lot weirder than it used to be that way. So yeah, air dashing still a thing. We are still going to be able to handle stuff that way. I don't think we're really capable of going here. We've got bamboo stopping us from going places that way, but there is a chest here which has some more hard nails. Okay, is there a chest on the other side as well? That'd be cool. Nope, no chest on the other side. That's fine. Not like I wanted items anyway, right? Oh, there's Mei-Ling. We won't talk to Mei-Ling just yet though. It looks like there's still more stuff that we can do here, so let's go ahead and do that. There's couple of fairies that we can just nuke in one hit with that. That is such a good skill to have already. It is expensive, I will give it that, but it's really, really powerful for just now. And I guess that is as much of a good thing as any. This sort of looks, yeah, this looks like it would be a place to go later, but for just now, not really going to be able to do a whole lot there. So thankfully we do have like quick travel in terms of being able to just use Demon Lord's Walk all over the place. I think that's what it was called anyway. The it's her standard down special in Scarlet Weather Rhapsody. I forget exactly what it was called, but I'm pretty sure it was Demon Lord Walk or Demon Arrow or something like that. Did that fairy have like a weapon there? I didn't see it. Like a bamboo pole or something. More stuff that we can break if we want. There's some fairies over here. There's another chest. Oh, a sapphire. Okay, that's probably going to be good. And yeah, there was that fairy totally had a sword. I'm sure of it. Or maybe I'm just seeing things. I don't know. I also probably should have used my spell card against Luna, but whatever. I think that's pretty much everything that we have here. So we'll just have a look at the sapphire real quick, and we shall be done after we talk to Mei-Ling. So what have we got? Just extra, oh wow, lots of extra skill points and more drop rate, which is really good. The skill point thing is really good considering what I've just equipped. So we have 4 points now to that, so I can use my Cradle and then, or Heartbreak, and then use the Demon Lord Walk. So that's good. Alright, Mei-Ling, what do you got first? You actually look kinda cool. But yeah, we're alright. So what the fuck happened here? Okay, Patchy's gonna explain the world, as she always does. So now we have more Persona Song stuff, I guess, because why not? Hi, Patch. You're Patchouli, alright? You look pretty cool. I can't talk to you directly, I've got to talk to Mei-Ling. Okay, well that's dumb, but whatever. Yep, library's fine, but that's to be expected by now. Oh, That is adorable portrait art. I mean, I love Patchouli anyway, let's be honest. The only character I like more than Patchouli in this series is Marissa, but yeah, that is a good question. But I suppose this is where Patchouli hangs out, so she would want to make sure it's safe first. Yeah, but who's doing the attacking? That's the thing, isn't it? Who... Yeah, that's it. Who was the attacker? What did they look like? But apparently mailing... Yeah, we didn't get to see anything. Okay, that's not cool. Because how are we supposed to prepare for an enemy that we didn't get to see? Okay. But if it used some magic, then that... Well, I would say that would narrow stuff down, but that more seems like it would be Mythical Beast rather than another character at this point. Most of the time in these games it is down to another character, but I don't think that's the case in this game, considering we were setting out to look for a giant yokai, right? So... yeah, maybe it was the monster in the article after all. But Patchouli doesn't think so, so we'll see. Sakuya hasn't returned though, which, yeah, that's the thing. So Sakuya is nowhere to be found, and the Scarlet Devil Mansion has been wrecked, which is not good. But I wouldn't worry about it too much, because Sakuya is pretty competent. I mean, she's got Time Stop as well. She's pretty safe, I would say. So she's probably already trying, as Sakuya tends to be instant resolver for the mansion, she's probably already trying to find out what's going on, so that's fine. But for now, we do have a save prompt, finally, so there's that, and you can see some of what we shall be dealing with in the game over here. So I think we are basically able to go to these two areas for now, and yeah, we'll try and work out what's going on next time. So, this has been Gamer Cow playing Scarlet Curiosity. And next time, we shall see what else is in store for us in this awesome looking game. Till then, take care.